everyone. It's your girl Sofia, aka Sophie, back here on Sophia's Football Talk. Big up to you, Choppers. How are you, mate?
Big up, big up. I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Alright.
Are
Yeah,
you? Do you
good.
have a
I'm good.
microphone on?
Wait. Huh?
I feel like the sound is a bit low. Is your microphone connected or any type of device that you have?
Hold on. Give me 1 second.
No worries. Big up, everybody. By the way, make sure that you do subscribe to the channel and also Chopper's channel. We'll also have some of the other guys are late, but they'll be coming soon. Nathan, hopefully Ali as well. So make sure that you do subscribe to them and like the video as it does help. Yes, yes, yes. I also feel like there's a bit of echo. I feel like I can hear myself.
Yeah, is it better? No?
Speak again.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's a little bit lower than usual.
Oh,
Um,
I
and I
don't know.
also do feel like I hear a bit of an echo when I be speaking. I feel like I can hear myself from your end. But
Yeah.
yeah, try to just come back and then I can.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay, so people, big up to Lucas, smash the like, LD Phoenix, Fire Emoji, Huddersfield, Town Fan TV. Make sure you subscribe to him and also Lucas' channel, of course. Hello, big up people. I really wish, you know, I could be in a better mood today and whatnot, but y'all, this was not it. This game was not it. It ain't it whatsoever. I don't know what happened, people. I don't know. We got it wrong today. What I like, the reason why I like doing these match reactions and whatnot straight after the game is because I'm able to kind of have like a therapy session, regardless. Even if you do win or you don't win, you know what I'm saying, or it's a draw. It's more so getting your initial reaction straight after. That's basically what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? So for me, this is having, other people around and giving your opinions alongside, if that makes sense.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I feel I can hear you. Yeah.
It's better now, right? No?
Hello, hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Little
Hear me
bit,
now? A little bit? Still?
little bit. But there's only thing is like you sure you put on with the settings you can see if you have put on like noise like an echo cancellation or something like that when it
Alright.
comes to I believe the audio echo cancellation.
Alright. You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you,
Better?
but I
No
just hear
echo?
myself.
Echo cancellation.
Do you have on uh yeah I can basically hear myself. Do you have on the video next to the StreamYard? Or is it
No.
just the StreamYard you have on?
Just the StreamYard.
Okay. Yeah, I just feel like I hear myself.
Alright, no problem. Let me come back in. Let me come back
Yeah,
in.
yeah, do that. Yeah, okay. He'll come back. I don't know if that's the same thing with you guys as well, but I definitely can hear myself when I was speaking. Chopping my man, what's good, Sophia? We can hear you. Yeah, exactly. You can hear my echo because I can hear, but I have on the noise cancellation, so it's not me. Um, but it was basically when he was on. But yeah, we'll hopefully fix that. Right, says Sofia United were not really we were not in the game. Here says I think United looked weak from the start. The attack was invisible. Midfield didn't turn up, and the defense was hopeless. I would say to some extent the defense was doing the thing, but Lord have mercy, it was not it. Tolumba says regardless of how Ten Hag would put the lineup, we would have lost the match. The thing is also the substitutions. Sometimes you gotta be like, yo, you got it wrong today. You got it wrong today. I was shocked by some of these substitutions. You got to take the L. You got to take the L and be like, bro, today you got it wrong. Very much wrong. Very wrong. Huddersfield says, I'm afraid everything else should have made changes halftime, maybe early on for sure. And also, I would love to get like an explanation on why, like, on what the reason was for, you know, basically subbing, what should I say? Varane and Martinez. I didn't really get that. I'm trying to see like Twitter. What is the Twitter space of saying? Since winning the Carabao Cup, Man United have. Oh wow! I just saw Talk Sport tweeting something. Since winning the Carabao Cup, Man United haven't won or scored a goal in the Premier League with an aggregate score of 0-9. We is that true? Oh damn! And that was in February, late February. Damn. Have we been complacent? Have they been like, oh, we got the Carabao Cup, so now, is that the case? Because I don't know, man. Because this ain't this. It was not a good performance, man. It was not a good performance whatsoever. Not good. Nada. It was not good at all. Like I said last time, I'm done with Sancho this season. That's your prerogative. De Gea was the only good player. The only one that I really can shed a light on today was De Gea because seriously, we could have conceded way more goals. The fact that it was only 2-0, it could have been four, at least two big, big, big chances, big saves from him. Okay, that could have resulted in two more goals. It would have been four. You know what I'm saying? It was not good. It wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. At all. It wasn't it, people. It really wasn't. So, yeah, I don't even know. I'm gonna see if some of the other ones coming in. But regardless, people, this therapy session, my Sunday's ruined now, man. And I have a freaking, Easter holiday starting from tomorrow. Yeah, great way to start. Woohoo! Kumbaya. Kumbaya. Legit. Legit. It's not been good. Mm-mm. At all. I don't know. I'm still baffled. United Spurs of America says, new sub here. Big ups, Ravi, for posting your link. Oh, big up to you. I did subscribe to your channel as well. Big up to you. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. Harry says, I would have subbed Bruno off and given the armband to De Gea. Wasn't the worst player. Team performance was horrible, but he was so missing. His face should have been printed on a milk carton. Lord have mercy. You really have a, Bruno, what should I say? Agenda here. But hey, hello, Nipun from NS Sports TV. Big up to you. Hope you're doing well. I God, the fact that tomorrow, title contenders my rear end. First and foremost, we are not title contenders. I don't know who told you that. I've not been on that for a while, so we ain't no title contenders this season. We can talk next season, but this season right now, it ain't it. No problem, mate. Big up to you. Big up to you. Yeah, people. Rashford, told us that Rashford wasn't in the game. Brother, nobody was in the game. It was poor. It looked like they were in a vacation. They were in Bahamas. Where were they? They didn't show up. They did not show up. And if it's the case that we haven't really, have we not really won the Premier League? No, that can't be true. Wait, is that Premier League away game or just Premier League since winning the Carabao Cup? Man United haven't won or scored a goal in the Premier League with an aggregate score of 0-9. If that is really the case, then brother, that ain't good. That ain't good. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Uh, I don't know. People, I don't know. I don't know. Yes, nobody was in the game, but some were not in more than others for sure, 100%. Legit. Where do you even like? I don't get it, man. Here it says your last game you won was against Leicester on the 19th of February in the Prem. Like, there's been so many games going, you know, left and right that, damn, that might actually. So the other, is that, yeah, because there's been, but it has been like cup games, a lot of cup games in between then. So it would probably make sense. But damn, that is quite concerning then, you know? So I have to believe we drew against. Yeah, there's been bare games, I guess. Oh my God, that ain't good. That is something that, you got to do better. You got to do better for sure. Big up?
Big up, big up. Better now, right?
Yes.
All right,
I don't hear any echo. Good. We good. We good.
all right,
What to
all
talk,
right.
brother? The floor
I'm
is
good,
yours.
man. I'm good. Um, let where should I start?
Did Ten Hag get it wrong today?
Yes, he did. I'll tell you. Yes, he did. Let me tell you why he got it wrong. Right. First of all, starting Bruno Fernandez for the second time because in a deep line, I don't rate that because he played McTominay as a number 10 because McTominay did well for Scotland. So now we're praising people for playing for their country, or we rewarding them for playing with their country well, and because playing as a number 10 because he played for Scotland, to me that makes no sense. And then Bruno stayed in the deep line for the whole game, and Bruno was doing sloppy passing and all kinds of stuff like that. So I believe the manager really got it wrong today. He got it wrong. Even the craziest thing he did, which made my mind buggle, was taking on the two defenders and just putting on one. When you know for sure Bruno Fernandes cannot defend in the box, Rashford cannot defend in the box, Sancho cannot defend in the box. Who again? We had a bunch of players that wouldn't defend in the box. So I knew that second goal was coming the moment he did that. And I was like, what the hell are you doing today? Why are you doing that? Why? Why just you could have just said, okay, you know what? We 1-0 down. Let's try to get a draw or something like that. But no, you went and do that stupid move, moving two defenders, and then you playing on Lindelof. Out of all defenders, Lindelof. It was this game was. I'm like, I don't have no words for it, to be honest, because if I have to get mad and upset right now, I calm down because the stream wasn't streaming, so I'm like, I'm calm down now, but I was ready to blow. But because of what happened to me on the stream, I'm like, but seriously, like I that game, that to me that was the worst game we played because like I didn't get it though. It was just out of this world. Like I didn't get it. And to make it worse, right? 66 minutes it took you to make a sub when Vegas was shit, McTominay shit, Bruno Fernandes shit, Luke Shaw shit. A bunch of players were shit today, and those players, it was who played in the international break. Luke Shaw only played like 25 to 45 minutes for
Yeah, he
England.
got himself sent off. Like,
Sabitska didn't play the last game for his country. The
mm,
only person that played long was McTominay, and everybody else was well rested. So tell me why on coming back to an international break, we
brother.
cannot look up for that game. We didn't. What we did like 14, like we couldn't even reach in the half and sustain pressure in the half.
Mm-hmm.
Newcastle was only pressuring us every second they got, and that's BS, man. I just couldn't understand the game today. Today I was lost. The changes, the lack of intensity. I didn't know what was going on. Sancho came on and Sancho was, oh my god, diabolical. He wasn't doing the right stuff, right? I don't have no words for it, to be honest. Anthony was shit. Like all the players was shit today. I'll say Martinez and Varane, they tried to defend so that we won't concede, but then Luke Shaw and Dallo, she wasn't helping at all. From in my opinion, they wasn't helping.
Mm-hmm.
because look, when in the first half, right? They Newcastle came down on Luke Shaw's side majority of the time. On Luke Shaw's side majority of the time, right? Dalo, he defends well, but not as Wan Bissaka. So you know, I just find like the team wasn't right today. To be
It
honest, it
was.
wasn't right from the
Oh.
start. So I just knew when I saw the team, I was like, bro, we in a hell of a game today. And then the game started, and then you could see Newcastle was up for it, but Manchester United wasn't up for it at all, at all,
Mm.
at all, at all, at all.
Oh. I mean, you're saying, like, hey, brother, yeah, you're speaking on it, and it's. I mean, I had like a bad feeling when I was looking at the game and whatnot, but or I mean the lineup, but who didn't expect this. It the worst thing is that it could have been it the score sheet could have been worse. Without the
Yeah,
hair,
yeah,
it would have
without
been
it.
worse.
Mhm.
Could have been 4, maybe even 5-0. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, it was, it
We
was, it was,
Yeah. There's
it
no
was,
excuse for
it
today.
was
No
very
excuse.
terrible. It was very
Hmm.
terrible. I ain't gonna lie, and that's why I don't understand what.
You good? Some technical difficulties, maybe just come back and you can. No worries. He'll come back. He'll come back. He'll come back. We got dominated. Not Harry. No Harry. We don't want that. No. Big up, Anfield Uncle Rods. Do subscribe to his channel. I was there yesterday for a the panel debate show that he'd be having every Saturday, and I've been on a few times, and he's super super kind guy. Okay, real talk. I don't love his team, which is Liverpool, but this is a good guy. So yeah, make sure you do subscribe. People, it's like what Chopper said. I mean, he'll come back soon. He'll come back soon. He'll come back soon. Sarah, I'm offering Liverpool 20 million for Sergio Roberto, so I'm being nice. Get out of here. We don't we don't want the fact that we I don't want the player that people are that like a rival fan, not a rival fan, but from a team that somebody wants to sell. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want that. No, 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 no. I do not want that whatsoever. I don't. I don't. People, I just this is not good. Man United's defensive form away in the Premier League this season, 27 goals conceded. We ranked 17th in the Premier League. Shots faced 178. We're ninth when it comes to that. On target face 66. Save ratio 59.1%. 17. Oh my God, man! Oh, Sky. This is what Sky Sports uh, posted. Man United struggling for defensive stability on the road this season. Can they turn it around? But that was before the game. Lord have mercy. That was before the game. Now we are. Oh my God. I literally feel unwell. This I really expected way more, man. I did. Hurricane is worth 100 plus M. He's getting near the end of his career. I still want him. United Spurs of America says, do you all think you will bid for Harry Kane this summer or wait for free next summer? We might. We might, or we could go for Victor Osimhen. I don't know. We haven't linked to both, so we'll have to wait and see. But it'll be interesting. I mean, I would love to get either or, either or. Big up, choppers. I've
Alright,
been there,
sorry
bro.
about that.
No
Sorry about
worries. Hey, we all been there.
that.
We all been there.
Today's just not the day. Seriously.
Yeah. Today is not the date for any of us.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. So basically, today we were not up for it today. To be honest, we just wasn't. And then the worst thing is now we back to a top four race where third place was secured weeks ago, right? But because of our lackadaisical and not doing what we gotta do, now we in a top four race with Tottenham and Newcastle, and also even Liverpool as well. If you
Uh,
want to throw it in,
Liverpool, they're done out here. They're done.
you think so?
Done. They're
Okay.
not they're not in the conversation. I'm telling you, brother. Bye bye. Y'all can clip it, people, but they're done. They're done. They're done.
But Sophie, the thing that burned me, we can't win away though. That's a problem.
That is a concern.
We
Hmm.
can't score and win a game away
Yeah, away
against
record needs
lower
to
teams.
be.
Yeah,
It needs to be better next. That's something we have to work more on because yeah, it's not good like you're saying. It's poor. It's very poor. Oh,
I just don't know, man. But Ten Hag needs to take blame today. I ain't gonna lie, he gotta take blame. I
yeah,
love the manager, but today was horrible, and that's 2 games he been doing that. Remember the last time before the international break, I told you guys that the which game was it?
Fulham.
Yeah, Fulham, right? And then he twinkers with the midfield. Like what I'm saying is that play the players in the rightful position. Like today, he could have played McFred. He could have played Fred and Sabitska in the midfield and put Bruno up 10. Right. Today, you could have taken out Vegas earlier than that. You
Mm,
understand? Vegas wasn't doing anything. Vegas got one. That's my problem. With having Vegas, right? We need a striker, one chance, one goal. We cannot afford because if we had score right
mm-hmm.
before Newcastle, we shut down the crowd. The
Yep.
crowd was there, 12 man. The crowd was there 12 man.
Yep.
They was getting everything with the crowd. The crowd was up for it. So then the players was up for it from minute one. They
Mm-hmm.
was attacking us. They was making us do sloppy passes, missed passes, all kind of stuff like right? But
Yep.
if we had take that one moment when Vegas was through and he just had to kick the ball across the goalkeeper to the bottom net, then we silence the crowd and then we could build from there. But we never did that. We never took our opportunities, never did what we had to do. When Anthony he'll get the ball, he cannot cross with his right. It was a painful watch today. To be honest, it was a painful watch. It's like
Yeah.
I should have just continued because I moved and I tried to rush to set up and everything like that.
Mm.
And I just should have just say, you know what, I'm just not watching that game today. I sat down, watched that 90-minute game, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that was terrible.
Oof.
We didn't do nothing in the game, period.
We
Why
didn't.
why he took so long, I can't understand. And the blood is on his hands today.
Yeah.
It is on his hands. And especially we could have taken a draw, at least try to get one more goal. You mean to tell me you're taking on your two best um 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 defenders and bringing on Lindelof as the only defender when you try to play a back two or back three. That's what you try to do, but it wouldn't work because Shaw was already terrible, and as soon as that happened, you could see Newcastle was just coming at us until the whistle blew, and that
Ugh.
was just on. I blame Ten Hag for this. He needs to take blame and accountability for this. I'm serious. He needs to take it. He needs to take blame for that. And the players as well. They were not up for it, period. They were not up for it. Yes, you're playing out of position, but y'all were not up for it. You understand? Bruno keep giving the ball away, giving the ball away non-stop. As a captain, I'm tired of it though.
Mm.
I'm getting frustrated with Bruno for that reason. You understand? You a good player. Get the ball, pass it. He take too long. He nags. They didn't give you the penalty. Move on. Let's try and get a goal. But no, you nag, you nag, you nag. You make it worse for the other players. I'm just tired of his petulance. Seriously, he needs to grow up, man, so that
Mm-hmm.
we could do what we got to do. Especially getting top four. We need that. We were in the right position to get top four. We can't be falling down the table. And then if we don't get top four, I'll be fuming. I'll be fuming about it.
Brother, I get it. Hey, you are speaking facts in a lot of ways, brother. I get it. The frustration is mutual for sure. This was not it. I feel like Ten Hag needs to take a lot of the blame. Players gotta take the blame, but all of them gotta sleep on this tonight and do better. I just hope that you know. this won't be like a ripple effect where we suddenly now capitulate and just mess up in the next games, because we got Brentford on Wednesday. Even though that's at home and our home record is a lot better, it still is a tough team to be facing. Also, without Casemiro in that game, next Saturday we have Everton, even though once again that's at home, but also another game without a Casemiro. So, what did you think about Martial when he came in? Did he do much?
But he didn't have an opportunity to do much. But
Yeah.
then when he came in, you could have seen the difference though.
Mm-hmm.
He would hold up the ball and get further, and the passes was crisp.
Yeah.
But
Was it
then
maybe
he
too
got one
late?
chance. He got one chance, and they blocked it. And I was like, "Oh my god, that would be a goal,
Yeah.
right?" But I just want, as I said, right when he was coming onto the field, I said to myself, "Make sure you could play the rest of the games, because don't come and play, and then tomorrow Martial is injured again.
Oh, that's
I
so true.
would be devastated, and I would want him out as soon as possible."
I will be pissed if that happens. If we suddenly hear, you know, prior to the next game that he's not available, it's done out here. He still got to go, in my opinion, but that's definitely a nail in the coffin. Being like, nope, that
Seriously,
is a
if he
wrap.
cannot make it the rest of the season as our striker and get us top four, he should go. He should leave. I'm at a point where I just want a bunch of them players gone, because you could see the Oli effect still on some of them players. Okay, like Bruno. Sometimes Bruno want to do whatever he feel like. You
Mm-hmm.
understand, on the field. Sometimes you just have to pass simple ball, and Bruno losing the ball. Simple. I'm like, why? Luke Shaw, defending was terrible. You sign a contract, 4-year contract,
Oh my
and
god!
then you come and play like that today. You come and play like that today.
Like, showcase why you're worth, why you deserve to get that contract. Renewal. Lindelöf not good enough for being backup. I still don't get why. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say not good enough, but I don't. I
What he
still
was
trying to
trying to
understand
do,
what.
what he was trying to do was try to go attacking, try and get a goal. But you don't do it with Lindelof. I prefer you living on a Martinez who knows to be dog at it
At
than
least
you.
have one of the defenders there. You
Yes,
can't take out both
you
of
can
them.
take out both. You
That
took
doesn't make
out
sense.
both. Why? What? Oh, they're already playing terrible. The team was already playing terrible. When you take out both defenders that been saving us all the while in the game, tell me what you're gonna cause.
Yeah,
Huh?
and then we concede after as well.
As
In what
soon
was
as
it,
he
in a
took that,
corner
I
of the
knew
set
that
piece.
would have happened. As soon as I saw it, I'm like,
Yeah, I was
that
like,
they will
yeah,
score, because they already in on the set pieces, they're already dominating us while the defenders were there, right? So
yep,
imagine you have Lindelof alone, huh? When the ball came in, Rashford was marking what's his name, Wilson. Rashford didn't barely jumped for the ball. Lindelof was behind. He barely jumped for the ball. That players on the field at that moment would never be accurate enough, or the ones to defend corners. To me, that was just wrong. All how that substitution and that thing he did was a mistake on his part, and he should own up to it. And today he got it wrong. The manager got it wrong, and the players wasn't up for it. I don't know if they mind still at home or whatever, but they were just not up for it. And it's been happening every away game. We just look shit. Every away game we look shit. You understand? And I do not want to see, since Nathan is here right now, I do not want to see Vegas anymore. I'm serious.
whew,
I'm serious. I
start.
do not want to see him. Get him out. Get him out. Let him stay on the bench. If he could come on for 10 minutes, fine. But in the summer, I want him out. I do not want them to say, "Oh, let's get him because he played well." Bro, he hasn't scored. How many goals has he scored since he been here?
Dude,
He needs to go, right? And if Martial can't give us top four and stay fit, he needs to go,
he got to
right?
go regardless. But
He
hey,
needs to go. McTominay needs to go too. Because you can't tell me because McTominay played well for Scotland, McTominay is starting in a as a number 10 in a Newcastle game when you know the atmosphere is gonna be problem. That's why the manager got it wrong. No,
He got it
I
wrong.
prefer him playing McTominay as striker than he do that crap and play Bruno deep line. He could have played McTominay with Sabitska or Fred with Sabitska, but not the other way around, man. Let Bruno play the number 10. He could have done something better than that. From the time I saw that team, I'm like, damn, we in for one. Bruno is not someone you could play at the deep line, right? Especially, especially when you know he loses the ball a lot. Especially when he tries and do certain stuff, he loses the ball a lot. You can't play him deep line because as soon as you play him deep line, he loses the ball. Where they are? They in our box already. And that was what it was all the time. I could count like maybe 10 times Bruno lost the ball and they were on a counter attack already. And this is just oh my goodness. Today I'm fuming. I expected at least go get the 3 points and get out of it. I don't care how, but get the 3 points and get out of it. And we couldn't even get a draw. We couldn't even score a goal. That's oh shit. I'm done.
It's
I'm done.
fine. Brother, this is a therapy session. Hey, get it out. Yes, you did it. Nathan, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Brother, give your opinions. Go. Therapy session.
First of all, I don't agree with Choppers about Weghorst.
Woo!
And here's why. Here's why. I already went through this with Eddie. I don't
Oh,
think
yeah,
we
yeah,
are
yeah.
going to spend the kind of money on strikers. So something's got to give. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what you think. I think we just don't have the money to buy the kind of strikers we want and an understudy. So if you want Marcel who's not fit the whole season, fine. If you think Weghorst is that much of a liability, that's fine. I clearly don't see him as a liability because didn't Ten Hag say availability is the best ability?
It
Well,
is,
Martial's
and I
not
do agree
available.
with.
Well, Martial's not
Well,
available. So he's just not better than Weghorst anyway. It doesn't really, unfortunately, doesn't matter how many goals he can score, how many assists he can possibly give. If you're not on the pitch, you can't do nothing. It's very simple. You just can't do nothing. So that's why I disagree with it. But I disagree with it not because Chopper said it. I disagreed with because we discussed it with Eddie. We just don't. I don't know if we'll have the money to do what we want to do when it comes to the number 9 scenarios. What I did realize is we need another DM. That's why I have the new hashtag under my thing. Today I've come up with two things,
Mixed
three
us
actually,
up.
but two things I have come up with. I can't defend McTominay anymore, as much as it pains me because he's a
Oh,
youth
yeah.
academy player. And second thing is I can't defend Graham Potter anymore. It's not relevant to this stream. I have a lot of Chelsea fans in who come and watch the game with me, but
Yeah.
I normally defend him a lot. So that's two things I came up with today. I sat there, I was watching the United game. I was like, yeah, I don't have anything for these two people anymore. Like
But
I got
tell me,
nothing for them.
Nathan, why you got excuse for Vegas though?
Oh no, I'm
I
getting there. That was
understand
the third.
about
That was the third
availability,
thing. That
but
was
he's
the
not
third thing.
he's
Oh
not
yeah,
a
yeah, no, no.
Manchester United player. Let's be
I
honest about
don't.
it. He's not.
Well.
He's not.
Okay, so if you're going by not a Manchester United player,
Remember all the strikers Manchester United had in the past.
man,
And compare
we
it
had
to
Alan
Vegas
Smith.
right now.
We had Alan Smith though.
I would take him over
Louis
Vegas.
Saha,
I would take
Louis
him over
Saha.
Vegas.
But that's the thing. None of these players were fit enough to play.
But yes, but I'm not saying about availability. I'm saying about the quality.
But
That's
that's
my
the thing now,
point.
Choppers. Our manager is saying availability is the best ability. If you're not
Yes,
available,
but
it doesn't matter.
that's why our manager been getting it wrong for the past two games. Let's
Yeah,
be honest
for
about it.
sure. Yeah, for sure. I'd agree with that. The third thing I came to a conclusion is today is the first game that I actually can't defend Weghorst at all. Today Weghorst he's had an actually bad game because a lot of people say he's not scoring goals, he's playing terrible. But even Ten Hag, I think in the press conference said we play better with Weghorst. You can take that for he's trying to maintain the confidence. You can take that for he might actually believe it. You can take it however you want, but he has said it publicly, so that's what he said. Um,
Because that's his system. He
there is
needs
no
the
defense.
line. He
Yeah,
needs
yeah,
a
exactly.
nine.
That's what I'm
So
saying. He
that's
does
why
a
he'll
job.
say that.
He
He'll
does he
always
does
back
the job he
Weghorst.
wants him to do.
Yes,
Yeah,
he wants the job.
he does, but
But then
today he didn't do it.
also, if he'll be
Today he didn't
honest,
do it.
if he'll be honest to himself, he also knows that he needs to score. If you don't score, you don't win matches. And that's the
Uh,
problem. If you don't score, you win matches. As I told Sophie earlier on, right? If Vegas had scored that goal when we got that opportunity where he could have just hit it across the keeper, we would be talking something different right
yeah,
now.
that where McTominay wins the tackle. Anthony reverse passes it through
Yes.
Weghorst and he
Yes.
hits it on. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I will say what I said earlier, which is I cannot defend his performance today at all. I will happily say today is the day where there are no excuses for me. I can't defend him. Uh, I I have no defense for Vegas today. Today is the day I have none. Like I would I genuinely think about it today and go, it's not a good idea. But then again, it's like we keep going back to the same thing. There is no better option. Like Martial today, I saw. By the way, can I say something? Did anyone notice Martial drop back down deep as well at one point of the game? Like I saw him in the halfway line pinging a ball to
Yes.
Rashford. I was like, everyone
Yes, he
talks so
did.
much shit about Weghorst, but I would rather Weghorst doing that same job than Anthony. Martial can't stand in the middle of the pitch there and hold the ball and
Yes, he
launch it.
did. He did. He did hold the
No,
ball,
he
and
did,
that's
but
when
he
we
can't
got
do
an
that for 90
opportunity
minutes
from
though.
it.
Choppers, he cannot do that for 90 minutes.
Well,
He'll
yes,
gas
maybe
out.
you will say
He'll
that, but
gas
then
out.
when he came,
That's why I pick Weghorst over him. He would gas out doing that for 90 minutes. He can't do that for 90 minutes. I bet you. If he plays midweek, we'll see. We'll see. And when he doesn't do it for 90 minutes, we'll come back here and we'll
Vegas
go.
will
It is what
start.
it is. He can't do it.
Vegas will start midweek. Let's be
I
honest.
hope I
Ten
hope
Hag,
actually I hope
Ten Hag
Martial
is
starts
a
midweek.
seven manager as well, so you'll start Vegas and then bring on Martial.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I honestly hope he starts Martial because I think we have to just give Martial, if he gets injured now with 8, 10 games left, I think he gets injured. I think we need to play him for many reasons, but the most important
If
reason
he
is
get injured again, it's best he just take a flight back to France. I'm serious.
yeah. I think we got to play him, and it is what it is, and then we just cut his contract because I think Vegas needs a break too. Whether people believe that or not is different. I think he
Mm-hmm.
needs a break. In fairness, everyone else seems to get a break except Rashford and Bruno. I think he needs a break as well.
Bruno need a break.
Um,
Bruno need a break.
Bruno
But
needs a break. No, Bruno needs a
every
break. But
manager
everyone except
keep on
Marcus Rashford and
playing
Bruno get a
Bruno.
break. He needs a break. That's what I'm saying.
I
Every
agree.
manager keeps on playing Bruno no matter what. Like today, you could have take off Bruno and it
Mm.
wouldn't make a difference because he was already playing terrible.
But
I
who's our
mean,
Bruno,
he needs a
replacement?
rest. He needs a rest, no doubt. But I think Vegas needs a rest because uh, we'll just see. We'll just see if Anthony Martial can do his job. Because if Ten Hag wants Martial to do a similar job to Vegas, it's not happening. It's not. I'm telling you right now. Before he kicks a ball to, he starts the game. Before he even kicks the ball, it's not happening. And then people are going to actually understand how Vegas is quite useful to us. And maybe it's because Martial just not good anymore. I don't know. It could be a bunch of things. But if he is told to do what Vegas is told to do for 90 minutes, you can write it down right now. He ain't doing it for 90 minutes. You can write it down right now, stir it up, clip it up, do what you want with it. He's not doing that for 90 minutes. It's not happening. There's no excuse. Vegas has played all the games. He's been training with the team for 3 weeks, got an international break, didn't go to France. He's had all the time in the world to get fit again physically. If he can't do 90 minutes of what Vegas does, everyone has their answer. And then we just have to wait till the end of the season and see what happens. I just think that it's getting to that point now where we have to just wait till the end of the season. Whatever is the quote unquote deadwood, even though I have to say our squad has really bucked up since last season. So it's a little harsh to call anybody deadwood considering how terribly we played 10 months ago. At the end of the season, we just have to cut ties with whoever we need to cut ties with. It's just what it is now. It's gotten to that point.
Mm.
Ten Hag got the game wrong. I guess Scott. I knew it. I knew it. I think I said it here when we were doing which striker we're going to pick. I said we are going to start McTominay, aren't we? And we did, which is people told me you're going to get McFred, and I said no, it's going to be Sabitzer and McTominay because I just knew this international form was going to play a key role in the decision
And
making.
that and
And
that's
Ten
why
Hag got it wrong. Ten
he
Hag
got
got
it
it wrong.
wrong.
That's
He
it.
got it wrong.
And here's the thing. You know what's the funniest thing? The funniest thing is he should have never taken off McTominay. He should have put McTominay as the back four member. Why did we switch to a back three when we were one down? Why didn't he just put McTominay at the back? That's it. He didn't have to take him off.
Yeah.
I was so confused. I was like, wait a minute, he
He
plays
could
centre
have
back
take on.
internationally.
He could have. All what he had to do was take off either Varane or Martinez,
He just had to take
and
off one of them,
could
yeah.
have, he could have sent Luke Shaw in the back with one of them. He could have do something like that.
Or put Malasia at left back. Yeah, he didn't have to take a
He
both
could
of
have,
them. I was like,
Yeah,
that's
that
why I
was
was surprised. I don't
really
know if
weird.
he maybe tried to send a message to the players that they were not doing what he asked them. But I was surprised for that two subs. That makes no sense to me. I'm not a manager, but to me that makes no sense. Especially you being under pressure by Newcastle. To me, you wouldn't do that. I'll go for the draw or limit what they say, limit the damage. That's what you have to do. But I don't know. As soon as I saw he did that, I knew they would have scored a goal. I just knew that.
And the other thing for me it didn't make sense was he did this in the Liverpool game too, where we were trailing, and instead of trying to get even first and then figure out what happens to the game, he just went attacking again. Like when we were 3-0 down to Liverpool, he started going attacking again. I was like, I
Yeah,
mean,
limit the damage, limit it.
Uh, I don't really know what to say, quite honestly. I can very happily say I'm very happy we got this result, because I think Ten Hag needed a kind of a reality check.
Mm-hmm.
We've been
But
having way too much. We have been having way too much of the good momentum. Like even the Liverpool game, we bounced back swimmingly, knocked out Betis, knocked out whoever we played in the Carabao Cup. I don't even remember anymore. That's not me being arrogant. I actually don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then we got a break and we were like, yeah, everybody's gonna get charged up for the last 10 weeks of
but
the
we still
season. And I'm like,
once
we got
remember
shut
once
down
you
week
don't have,
one. We got shut down in week one. Forget 10 weeks of the season. We got shut down
but
in the
once we don't
first
have
game.
Casemiro, that's the problem. Once we don't have Casemiro, right? We just look bad,
Yeah, but
terrible,
can I say
right?
something? This is the thing that bothered me the
And
most.
when
When we
Casemiro
didn't have
plays, that
Casemiro for
second
the
game,
3 games, we got 7 points out of 9.
yes, but what I'm saying, the game style is just totally different.
No,
When
no,
Oh,
it is.
yeah,
But I'm
for
saying, but
sure.
what the problem is, Choppers, is that we actually won two and drew one. And the one that we drew with Leeds is we came from behind and drew. And, I thought, okay, the Newcastle game's a little dodgy. Maybe we'll get a draw. I thought we'd get 7 out of 9. Well, mathematically, we can't even get 7 anymore. So that's just out of it now. We can only get
the
6. We got to play.
Newcastle was there for the taking. Yes, they pressured us. Yes, but we just had to be on it, at least a little bit on it, and we weren't. We weren't. The passes wasn't coming off. The crosses wasn't coming off. We had one good cross in the entire
Hello.
game, and that's
Hello.
Dallo, right? And your boy Weghorst couldn't get the end of it. Rashford couldn't get the end of it.
I
You
think
understand?
Rashford was actually closer to it, wasn't he?
Yes, I
Yeah.
understand. But what I'm saying is that
I
they
mean,
were
it's the
not
same
at
thing,
the end
really.
of it. But
Yeah.
then that was just one good cross. Anthony got
Oh.
opportunities to put in a cross, and every time he tried to think past the ball, I'm like, why? Why?
And all the
We
sideways
need
passing by
somebody else.
McTominay.
Huh?
All the sideways passing by McTominay, and it's like, and Ten Hag is like watching the game, and I don't know what happened when Martinez went off. Was anyone listening to the volume? Martinez was
I know.
furious. He smashed the
He was serious,
chair.
He
yes.
smashed the chair.
Uh,
I was
I don't
like,
know if it,
yo.
I don't know if it had to do with one of the Newcastle
yeah,
coaches or
because when Brian McLaren went over there talking to the
yeah,
referees,
yeah,
talking
yeah.
to some assistant coach, I was like, what happened? Every time I miss something important that happens on the side now.
Yeah.
I've realized that.
Because he
I
looked
don't
a
know
little
what
bit
happened. He
heated
just hit the.
afterwards. It
He
was like
just
Eddie
looked
Howe looked
mad.
angry. I was like,
But
what the hell
I think
happened?
he was mad because Ten Hag took him off and he took off both of them. I wouldn't be mad too because the game already slipping from us. Let's try and see if we could draw the game, and you're doing that BS. Let's call it. It's BS. It's bullshit. That's what he did. Bullshit.
He
I don't
kind
know what
of,
he was
yeah,
thinking.
take the L.
I don't know what he was thinking. Seriously,
He
you could
didn't
have
get it
drawn the game. At
right
least
today.
try
Yeah.
to draw the game. At
Yeah.
least. You
Because
understand?
if Spurs wins or draws tomorrow, we'll be fifth.
Yes. And then we'll be in the battle for top 6. And
Even
then that'll be problem.
even though we still have like 2 games in hand with Spurs and whatnot, I would say I still do believe that we'll get top four, just because like Spurs ain't doing all that, and Liverpool ain't really that convincing. But I'm thinking a Brighton could creep up, and Newcastle is
So
still amongst
Brighton,
it.
I just looked at the table before joining. Brighton can
Yep.
only get 49 points, which will mean they'll be 1 point behind us.
Okay.
Spurs
If
is
we win
one
our
point
games,
behind
or
us. No,
yeah.
no. If they win both their games in hand, they'll only come to
Oh,
49 points.
against
And
against against Brentford. We need to win,
we
but
need
we
to
got
win.
2 home games, and that's a win. If we don't win, I don't know.
mm,
I don't know. To be
JP
honest, I
says,
don't.
why play McTominay? We won without McTominay 3 games when Casemiro was suspended for the first time.
Yeah, but didn't
Yeah,
we have Ericsson then?
no.
Who was the
No.
midfield then? We
What
played
are
Bruno
you
and who?
talking about? Wait, we won without McTominay three
When
games.
when
No,
Casemiro got his first 3 match ban, we
no,
didn't
we
play
had
McTominay.
no. That was Sabitzer and Fred together.
Yes, Sabitzer Fred. That's
Yes, he
why
was
I'm
injured
telling
till
you.
then.
I do not know where it went wrong in Ten Hag's head of his ball head of his
Hey, hey,
today.
hey. Let's
I
not
do
ball
not know
shame.
where
Hey, yeah.
I did not know where it went wrong, to be honest, because I'm like, no, please no, let's go for at least a draw. And then you did that shit.
I would have
Everybody
taken a
knew.
draw. I would have
Everybody
taken
knew that
it.
would have happened. You bring
You
on
got it
Lindelof.
wrong. You gotta take the L,
Lindelof.
Uncle Eric. Take the L. You got it wrong today. You got it
Lindelof.
wrong.
Like seriously? I'm rating Eric Ten Hag on his subs and game management today a 1. I'm serious. I'm
Yeah,
hard on him because I love him so much that I'm gonna be hard on him. I'm not the one
but you
that'll be
should
like,
be.
oh, I'm not the one that's gonna be like, oh, he's a good man. No, today he got it wrong. He got it wrong. Period.
But
He
I
got
think
it
that's
wrong.
fair, because it's like, you know, constructive criticism is an okay thing to do. You know,
Yeah.
we still support him, but today he got it wrong. You can still be, you know, well,
The game
always
was
seeking help and whatnot, but also today I gotta put my hands up. This
yeah,
was not
he's
it. The players was not in on it, and Ten Hag, especially, I have to be honest, the substitution when he got McTominay out, I was like, okay, but getting out also, subbing off Varane and Martinez,
but but
what
Sophie,
doesn't make
right?
sense. Yeah.
When he took out McTominay, right?
hmm
I myself I thought he would have taken out McTominay before the time he did. But he didn't. And then you saw McTominay went onto the wing side and had an impact running towards the goal and stuff like that.
hmm
So that's why I'm like, sometimes in the game, you could see who you could take out. He should have taken on McTominay earlier than the time he took out McTominay. When McTominay went onto the wing, he had an impact. So I'm like, why take him off now? Let's try and see if we could get a goal. But no, it's like it to me it was just makes no sense. Then you're saying Palestri on the game when the game is about to die with Lindelof as the defender alone. He was the only recognized defender on the in the game
Yeah,
for the next like 8 minutes.
that was mad.
So I don't know. To me, it's just funny
If you don't
because
laugh,
he could
you
have
don't
left
cry.
on Martinez and Varane and sent on Palestri and see if Palestri could have an impact on the wing.
Yeah.
He could have done that. I didn't get that. I didn't get the fixture. He didn't have to do
I
all
mean,
5 today. He didn't have to.
Rashford had a terrible game too.
Yes,
He
Rashford
was
had it.
not
Yeah,
good at all.
bro.
Apparently,
Everybody on that field had a terrible.
on one side he has the worst rating at all on both sides of the pitch.
Oh wow,
It's not good. But
He the
stop
only
making
person
fun.
that could come out here with an average game was David De Gea. And
oh, you
meaning
won't believe
average,
it. David De Gea got a 6.4,
yeah, for
but but McTominay got a 6.5.
why?
Hell no.
That makes no sense.
Mm.
Like, do we not realize that
I've
it could
just
have been
given up. I've
four or
just given
five
up.
nil?
Like the De Gea thing. I've just given up. It's like it doesn't. I just get
David,
mad for no reason. I've just given up.
David today could hold his head up and
Yep.
I agree with him holding back and saying, "Hey, I'll take a pay cut, but what you're trying to give me is not acceptable because I've been a good goalkeeper this year. I
Yeah,
You
agree with
it's
can't
what
not
even,
he's
my
but you
saying.
fault
can't
that
even,
you
but
messed up.
Choppers, you can't even say that. Every season we have gone trophyless. He's been our player of the year.
But that's what I'm saying.
I
But
don't even think he should take a pay cut.
well,
Like genuinely, like if someone looks at me and goes, David De Gea is not worth 400k, I'm like, you have clearly not watched one game of Manchester United in the last 6 years. You've not watched one game.
but
You've not watched one
remember
game.
Nathan, right? The reason why they want Davide is because of his age and stuff like that. That's
He's
why when
31.
when Ten Hag
32.
came in, remember when Ten Hag came in, he had the salary whatever cap or whatever, right? So remember that's what they're trying to do. They're trying not to have players on
But Choppers,
big
I don't
wages
care
at
about the salary. I
specific
don't care
age.
about the salary cap. The salary cap's not going to help us win the league.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You think Osimhen's coming for 70k? Bukayo Saka's on 70k. You think when he renews his contract towards the end of the season, he's going to still be on
But
70k?
But then again, why are we talking about contracts at this moment? Let's try and
No,
get
I'm just
the top
like,
four. No, I'm saying like Manchester United. Why Luke Shaw got a 4-year contract? Why? Let's try and get top four before you start rewarding people. Because if they blow that top four, then that'll be a waste. You see how Luke Shaw played today? On 4-year contract, another 4 years of Luke Shaw. Up and down Luke Shaw, up and down Luke Shaw. Today he plays well, tomorrow he's down there. Today he plays well, tomorrow he's down there. Today he plays well, then he's back down there. That's another 4 years of Luke Shaw. So why are we giving contracts out right now? To me, that makes no
Fair.
sense.
I still felt like he was warranted it, but I do see your point that it's a bit early. Maybe like when it comes to contract, maybe wait till the season is done first
I
before
feel some
we
of these
commit.
contract renewals have something to do with the takeover. I feel like whoever steering the takeover is telling I want these players on bill when we come into the club. I have a strange feeling because even I
But
remember
I have,
sometime I think before January there was like Eric Ten Hag doesn't want anyone to talk about contracts until the end of the season. Yet
but
we
that's
are
what
going
I'm
to renew
saying.
Rashford, De Gea, and Luke Shaw already. And now
Yeah,
it seems to
yeah.
me like okay, these are assets the new ownership is going to hold. That's the only thing it makes sense to me. Because how in 2 months do
Mm,
you completely go from no contract talk to already in contract talks with Garnacho? I think we signed. No, Garnacho is going to sign. Rashford's going to sign. De Gea is going to sign. Luke Shaw just signed. Seems very interesting to me. All these players that we are in contract talks with. It's not a
It's more,
coincidence. I don't think so.
it's
Why are
players
we
that
not in
have
talks with Fred?
assets.
Why are we not in talks with Fred? Fred
Fred
has
Because
one
has
year
he
players
has
have
extension.
he
assets.
had
They want the
triggered his
assets too.
contract 1 more year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These are all contracts that have one more year with the extension.
Yeah, but yeah,
They
but
are the
but
ones
but
being spoken to.
yeah, but Fred has already they've triggered that
Yeah. No, I'm saying why are we not renewing all the contracts? Or why are we just triggering the extension? Like why are
because
we not
maybe
triggering their extensions too?
that is a good point. That is a good point.
So for me, this seems like a deal that has something to do with nothing to do with Ten Hag, I think.
Almost.
And I don't think Ten Hag won't want these players anyway. I'm not saying he's going to sell them all, but I have a feeling it has nothing to do with management at all. It has something to do with upstairs.
Maybe.
Because
And he
Choppers
didn't
makes a
even
good
know.
point. Chopper says, why are they talking about transfers? If I remember correctly, just when the World Cup got over or during the winter break thing, Ten Hag very explicitly said we are not talking about contracts until the end of the season.
Yeah, and
But
2 months later,
also
if if
2 months
if you are
later.
listening to the press conference, right?
I was about
When
to
they
say,
asked him about Luke Shaw, he said he
yep,
didn't even know that. He
yeah.
said, what's he say? He said John didn't tell some stuff he said like
Wait,
Like
hold
he
on a
wasn't
minute.
informed.
Doesn't like the manager sit there and do the whole, the yeah, he signed a new contract thing photo?
well
Don't they
no
do
when
that
he,
normally?
Yeah, that's because
he
he
said he's
hasn't. I mean,
he
he's been given, but he hasn't really,
is
the
yeah.
pen to
Okay.
paper yet.
Okay.
So he said he didn't know about it. So
That is a bit like okay.
Yeah, I'm very for the conspiracy theories if they add up. And as I told Sofia, a few of them have seemed to be adding up recently. This one seems to really add up. It makes to me this one makes probably the most sense out of all the conspiracy theories. This definitely, it sounds very hypocritical. It sounds very antithetical that we go from 1 month, no contracts till the end of season, 2 months, 4 people we are interested in renewing it just before the season ends. This can't be a coincidence. It's very difficult to call this.
Mm,
And the people they are renewing, it can't be a coincidence. That's what I would say. Shaw, I would not think it's a coincidence. Rashford is definitely not a coincidence. Garnacho is definitely not a coincidence. And Fred gets the contract extension triggered only. Doesn't
talk
add up
about
to
new
me.
contract for De Gea as well. Dallo they're talking
Oh,
about.
sorry,
So
and De Gea, now De Gea, yes. Dallo has already expressed he wants to stay. That was before Ten Hag talked about the contracts. That was like
yeah, but they're still
when he
going on
came
with
back.
it.
When he came back from the World Cup, I think he had like a private interview. I saw it on. I think it was the United stand. It was like they had that break before they started
Yeah,
the games after the World Cup, and he said explicitly, "I want to stay here."
yeah,
But
I
that
know.
was still before Eric Ten Hag said we're not talking about contracts anymore.
Yeah, that
So
is a bit
so
like
so it's definitely not a coincidence. If you time everything up, if you line everything up timeline wise, something's going on behind the scenes again. And Eddie thought Solskjaer wanted Jones, so he signed him in Newcastle. I'm like, come on, dude. He wanted him and then doesn't play him at all. Like, come on. He didn't want him. That was not a signing that he made. Like, it's really easy to blame Solskjaer for mundane things. But when Solskjaer thought Van de Beek wasn't good enough, neither did Ragnick. Apparently, neither does Ten Hag. It ain't no coincidence, man. You got to give people flowers when they can tell you a player is good enough or not. You don't have to like him as a coach, too. I've always said this about Solskjaer. He knows things about strikers. You can't tell me he doesn't. And he knows if people are Premier League quality. You can't tell me he doesn't, dude. You can't. Ragnick and Ten Hag have never played one day of Premier League football. You can't say the same about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
yeah, but with Solskjaer he was doing a bit too much. We're still playing
No, he
Maguire
was doing. Yeah, but
and
listen, he's not at. But think about the other options. Tuan Zebi missed 6 months.
I
Remember, we were doing
still
the
would
history
pick
thing.
him over. I still would.
But if he's not available, how do you pick him?
But there were several times he was available, but he still decided to
But
pick
but but it,
Maguire.
but it, but it breaks the chemistry, right? That's
Still,
why
but
Jones never
he's
got.
better than the shit
That's why
show he
Jones. That's
receives,
why
though.
Jones never got a lot of chances too after
Yeah,
he
that's
won the
true,
Premier League
but there were
because
moments where
you
you
keep
could have.
breaking the centre back chemistry.
Yeah,
If
but
Maguire comes in now and plays with Varane, it's not the same thing again. It just automatically
I
that game
see your
itself doesn't be the same
point,
thing.
but it was still not good enough. There were still
No, it
moments
was
where we
not good
had
enough. It
other.
was not
You
good
know what I'm
enough.
saying?
But like, yeah, I know, I agree with that. But I'm like, when he didn't play Van de Beek, everyone was like outraged. And then when no one else played Van de Beek, no one said nothing. No one said nothing. Everyone said Ole Gunnar is a quack, this, that. I'm like, no one else is playing him either. Now what's your excuse?
Hmm.
This is why I know there are some things about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that really offend me when people say, because it's like people don't actually look at the whole picture. Like when people, and it's still going on. Like you think Van de Beek gets into this team now?
What?
No. What does that equal to? Not good enough. Simple. Whether people want to admit it, say he's
But
not
was
got
his
enough
confidence
chances.
broken a bit because of my fellow Norwegian not
Ra-
picking him?
I mean, Lindelof's confidence wasn't broken after he's been subbed off and coming on from Ragnick when it was Varane and Maguire and Lindelof was not playing,
Hmm.
and then when it is now that's that, and when
Yeah. Sorry,
and
sorry.
when
It's just my dad
no no
didn't know the results, so he just got happy that we lost. Thank you
and then
though
when
for coming in with the smoothie, but
smoothie,
ugh.
nice blend jet. That's a blend jet, right?
Yes, it is. I,
Very
I
good,
bought it recently.
very
I
it's
love
very good.
it. Life changing.
Uh,
Life changing.
and Lindelof's confidence has never been shook since he's been replaced by Martinez and Varane. When he comes on, he normally has a good game when he starts. So
All right,
that's my thing. It's like
let,
it's you can say confidence gets shook and all, but Martial had his best season after being shattered by Mourinho and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's all year. If you're here, you can come up and do anything. Zlatan Ibrahimovic at 42 it's here. He's not as fast as anybody anymore. It's all here. He succeeds only because he's mentally strong now, and he treats his body like a temple. But he's not in his prime. He can say whatever he wants, but Ibrahimovic is not in his prime. So that's my thing. It's like you can say his confidence is shattered and all, but then like, okay, forget that, right? He got sent to Everton, who was exactly one game away from relegation. He didn't even get starts there. He's like Ralph, I don't want to be around you anymore. Thank you very much. Please loan me. Gets loaned to Lampard. Doesn't get used at Lampard either. So it's like we have players that we need to get rid of. Can we get rid of all the players is the question. Second is some of the players that we don't want in the club are going to be here. Doesn't matter. Qataris, Ratcliffe, greenwashing, sports washing, whatever you want to call it. The people we don't want to be here is going to be here next season. So we have to back them whether we want to or not. That's what it is. That's why I was disagreeing with Choppers. I'm like, Choppers, Martial or Weghorst? Person who plays no games, person who gives it all every game. Which one do you take when we need to fill in a slot in your starting 11? That's it. It comes down to that. It's going to come down to that in certain positions. And people will say they don't want Weghorst. And I'm really hoping Martial starts midweek. Because then Martial can't do the job Eric Ten Hag does. Everyone's going to go, oh, now I see why this guy gets picked. I
Nathan,
see why he gets picked now.
let's go back to the game, right?
Mhm.
Stats. We had only one shot on target a whole
Yeah.
90 minutes.
Yeah.
One shot.
We had 2 shots in the first half. Both were off target.
And 3 shots off target. So in all, we had 4 shots in a whole 90-minute game. Make that make sense to me.
Ah,
Yeah, but
Lord.
it doesn't. The thing is, okay. If you go back to the reaction of the game today, I was watching. I wasn't in shock. I was actually more in shock after we kept conceding goals in Liverpool, even though they already bludgeoned us the entire game. But I wasn't shocked in this game because from what I saw, bell to bell, we were getting battered. So the fact that anyone thought we are going to pull off a win today was shocking to me. We got battered at every let's say every quarter of the game. We got battered. If you divide all our games into quarters, if you divide this game into quarters instead of halves, we got battered at every quarter. So, if anyone's surprised we lost today, I'd be like, dude, what are you watching? We got outplayed today. Jacob Murphy from Norwich.
Oh,
Had Shaw on toast. Shaw was on toast.
Willock. Like, what?
And Willock, I don't even know how did Arsenal let Willock go, considering all their Sambi Lokongas and all those players can't even get a game. They let Willock go, and Willock's just booming here. And I was like,
Because
I was thinking
sometimes
to
that's what
myself,
it is. You gotta move to boom. Sometimes that's why.
yeah, but I mean,
I
Arsenal
wouldn't
when
be
they saw,
surprised.
but
I
when they
wouldn't be
got,
surprised
but when
because someone moves and he's doing good. I wouldn't
Yeah,
be
you
But
gotta
surprised.
here's the
go.
problem, Choppers. When Willock was sold by Arsenal did not have this midfield. That's what's shocking. If we get rid of McTominay, it only benefits us. It doesn't matter what it benefits the other team. But when Arsenal sold Willock, it didn't make sense to me because they had terrible midfielders. So when I was watching him play today, I was like, what has Arsenal done? Like this was a homegrown talent for free. They had to buy Trossard in the middle of the season. I'm like, if Willock was there, they could have like spent money elsewhere. But anyway, you never know. It's a bad decision until it happens. So yeah, I was just watching all the midfielders, and I was like, everybody's getting battering us today. Jacob Murphy had the lowest rating at 6.8. That's
Oh,
the battering we got. That's the battering we got. The lowest rating was
this
6.8.
is abysmal. But
Just
where do we go from here? What, like, I'm gonna be doing a match preview for the
and I'm
Brentford game, but
frightened. Did you see the Brentford game?
I didn't see. But
I'm
I,
very
but I,
frightened.
I, I was, I did hear about like 3-3 with Brighton and whatnot.
And
Oof.
Mbeumo and Tony, my God, their partnership has to break up for the benefit of everybody that plays them.
Yeah. And they
Because
did
Mbeumo and
slap
Tony,
us
they're
up
just
early on in the season at Dirt Ground.
and
I want revenge, but with that cast, oof, Lord have mercy. It's gonna be
can
a
I tell you
long
something?
day.
I'm looking at less at revenge and more on Tony watch.
Yep. I just want the W, man. We're at home. I need the W. But do you think that this game would be impacting, the next upcoming games in a bad way? That because I did read some stats that we technically, what was it? Since winning the Carabao Cup final, we haven't won, I believe, a Premier League game
No,
since.
we
Have we?
definitely won. We a league game. Oh,
A Premier League game, yes, that's true.
didn't we win the game in between Liverpool and this game?
No,
Was there no league game in between these two? Oh no, we played
One-
the FA Cup
that was
match, didn't
that
we?
was the FA Cup against Fulham. That was our
Because we
last
did
match.
have a couple of
Uh,
cup games since then, right? A lot
yeah,
of
Yeah,
we
bounce
played
back to
FA.
back.
because
Are we
the
be
games we played was away, so we lost. We lost or drew away.
that is
Oh.
concerning, man. That is
We
very
our
concerning.
our record away is terrible.
This ain't good.
Tualumba is saying, oh yes, that's a good point, Tualumba. The women's team are flying with a huge goal difference. I don't watch the women's football, but I've been seeing the results.
Same.
Yes, they
Super
are
happy
flying.
for the women.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Very, very happy
big
about
up.
that.
At least one team is doing well.
And can I say a shout out to the women? Because the women are getting the most screwed in Manchester United out of everybody. They have less ideal, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe Tualumba can correct me because I guess he keeps a track of it. They probably have worse facilities than the under 23s. So
I
shout out to the women, shitty conditions, successfully doing things.
yeah.
Men, pay attention.
Pay attention. Come
Pay
on now.
attention.
Big up, big up, big up. No, I'm super happy for them. But hopefully the men can learn a thing or two, because this ain't it. But do you okay, so when it comes to, the upcoming games, do y'all think that we are able to get the points there against Brentford and Everton, even though, as it is at home, our home record usually is pretty good, but you know, it is once again quite concerning that we haven't done very well in the league when it comes to since after, winning the Carabao Cup final. So are we a bit complacent maybe? Have they been like,
Uh,
hmm,
Before answering that, Sophie, can I say something? I'm starting
yeah,
to think this is going to be a hot take. I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with me, but
okay.
I'm starting to think I would rather renew Weghorst's contract than Sabitzer. Today, Sabitzer was, I
What?
don't know, yeah, he was shocking today.
I still have Sabitzer. But Sabitzer
No,
is like, let's be
like, but
honest, he's
because
been
Sabitzer is a higher quality, and today I
yeah,
found it
but
even more
like
shocking. Like Weghorst
you
is like hot and cold depending on how you
but
look
with
at his
Sabitzer, you
performances
do
anyway.
need to like if you have like a Casemiro as that, the DM and whatnot, and you have Sabitzer alongside him or higher up the pitch. That for me, that would be better. But Sabitzer has been, not really been playing his position. In what way? It's been it also haven't been fully been like a what should I say? Like a proper relationship created with him and maybe some other ones and whatnot. But it ain't
No,
it,
no,
you know.
I'm just saying though, like I don't know. Yeah, I was kind of shocked. I was shocked because I know Sabitzer's quality is much better than Weghorst, and like I don't know. Today it made me wonder if you had to give a contract to who would you give? The guy that you only have to pay 5 million for, and he'll always be fit, and he'll be on your bench at worst case scenario, get him on for crosses and stuff, or
Mm.
a person that's in a very important part of the midfield and might not show up. Very frightening. Watching McTominay and Sabitzer today was very frightening. It reminded me a lot about last year. A lot. I was like, oh God, this is. I mean, there's so many times Lisandro Martinez had to make a last ditch tackle because Bruno lost the ball, or McTominay gave a flailing wide pass in which someone intercepted it and went right into our attacking into our defensive third. I was just frightened. I was like, if they keep doing, dude, we can't give stray passes to Brentford. Brentford is going to they're going to destroy us. Embuemo and Tony are frightening. I don't care if people say it's Brentford or not. You put both of them in any team, they're gonna rip
Come
people
on,
apart.
Brentford.
Listen,
Yeah.
you gotta put some respect on it, man. Now it's getting old. It's only Brentford. The stadium is small.
No,
It's
no, no,
getting
no,
old.
no, no, no.
It's getting
They
old
they they
now.
have
It's
been
bullshit.
up for it against even City and whatnot. Like I'm not having. No, 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 no.
Listen, you put Brian Embuemo and Ivan Tony in any other team.
They'll cook.
Believe me, they're gonna do well. Believe me, they're gonna do well because everyone around them is better. They're gonna do well. And Matthias Jensen, I hope I said that right. Sophie, feel free to correct me. The Scandinavian names are not my strong suit.
Danish.
Uh, yeah, that's why I said Scandinavian. It's like
I know. Yeah,
all
yeah,
of
yeah,
them.
yeah.
I'm very bad with all of them, really.
No worries, bro. It
So,
was pretty good.
even he's really good. So good that I decided to take a punt on him on FPL and he scores. I was like, because anyway, the United players didn't play last year. I was like, I'll take a punt on some Brentford players, and I got points. And I think Matthias Jensen's very good too. I think he got an assist in one of the goals. I think it was against Pontus Jansson got the. God, I'm pretty sure I'm saying that name wrong too. But Pontus Jansson got the header for the first goal, I think, for Brentford
There's
this
Barry
week.
Janssens here. Freaking hell. Yeah.
Uh, so you have to put respect on Brentford's name, man. If we do these mistimed passes, and Johan Wieser, who sits on the bench, easily one of the most dangerous subs in the league. No one puts any respect on his name either. Johan Wieser is a very dangerous player, top to bottom in that league. I'll stake a claim on that. If he doesn't move from Brentford or doesn't get a starting position, he'll move. He's a very
Ooh,
good player.
come on now.
Um, if we do what we did today, Bruno just tries
It's
to
gonna be a long
just
day on Wednesday, I tell
relax
you that much.
pass, McTominay with the sideways passing, even though we are fully crowded in the midfield, they're gonna rip through us.
We
I'm
were
not even making a joke.
losing bare midfield battles throughout the whole game. We do that against Brentford. Bye bye. Bye
And can I say
bye.
something? Has anyone noticed this about our team? Whenever it's a loose ball, especially on like a low bounce, you notice how we start panicking because it's almost like they don't know how to like just like slightly just hit the
Mm,
ball over. You know how you see a lot of that in street football, where you can't do tackles and all. You have to protect everybody. So everyone's very good with their first touch, the keepy ups. We always lose loose balls at an awkward height. Always. I've noticed that about us. It's like we don't do this, that one touch, that new thing that people do in England. It's with like a table tennis board and they do the one touch like table tennis to practice
Yeah,
your touches. I forgot
yeah.
what it's called. Tech ball? Tech ball? Is it called tech ball?
Ball
Something like that.
yeah, something like that.
Something, yeah. And I mean, there's something wrong with our framework in our heads when the ball is like loose. We get very gets very
We
shaky.
don't
We all get.
we always look shaky, especially the only time we look good is on counter attack. It's sad, but it's reality. Also, I you could see that we need like a good, uh, especially in the summer, we need like a good midfield, about a midfielder. We just need like a different players because to me, we still when you look at it, we still have the core of all the players. We have the core. We have Bruno Fernandes in the midfield. We have McTominay. We have Fred. We have Luke Shaw. We have
I
Delo.
mean, well,
We
McTominay
have
was actually a Mourinho
Sancho.
player.
McTominay and Fred was Mourinho.
Yes, but what I'm not saying like they've been here for a good while,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the core
They
is
have
still
been.
there. The bad habits is still there.
I see that.
You understand? And we just we need to get it out. To be honest, we need to get it out because we like when we were playing against we were playing with Oli, right? Remember they were playing good. We were winning games, and all of a sudden we just start losing, and drawing games. The habit is just there, and that's what it is. We were winning against Ten Hag, and now we're starting to drop off, and that's gonna be a sad reality to see that we don't finish in top four. People will be laughing at us. As
Hmm.
much as I don't want Arsenal to win the league, I also want to finish in top four. So I can't
Yeah,
put my head
that's what
that
I
we
told you
might
guys,
not
right?
make it.
I echo that sentiment because that's what I told you and Sofia the day we came after the Liverpool loss. I'm like, man, I couldn't be bothered if we lost 7-0. At the end of the day, we lost 3 points. We have Betis,
That's
which is
my
a knockout
problem.
game, and then
That's
on
my
the Sunday
problem.
we had another knockout game. I'm like, I don't care.
We
And
need just need to
Sophie
get
was
points
like,
like
it's
we
still
played.
Liverpool though. But and Sophie was like, still. I'm like, Sophie, I get what everyone's saying. I got bantered before coming to the
Right now
studio.
it's just
But
the
at the end
point.
of the day, we got important things to deal with.
Yeah,
We got
yes,
more
yes.
important things to deal. I couldn't be bothered. Think about it this way, right? At the end of the season, if we win the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, I don't really see how that's gonna happen if I'm being honest at the moment. But if I'm being very honest, if we
Hmm.
end up with all that and Liverpool goes, we beat you 7-0, I'll be like, who cares?
Because they don't
Who
have anything to
cares,
show
dude?
for. Imagine if
Well,
they
you have
finish seventh. That'd be funny. That'd be funny if
no,
they finish
but
seventh.
they might not even finish in Europe, and they'll go, but we still beat you. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
and
enjoy the 7 Up trophy.
and here's
Originally,
the thing, right? It's like when we were bad and they beat us, they were like, we beat you. When we were good and we beat them, we were like, we beat you. But Actually, it only matters if it matters at the end of the season.
What do you
Like
achieve?
when we were playing with Arsenal and we used to beat them and win the league, we'd be like, we beat you and won the league because we beat
Yeah,
you to the
Exactly.
league. We beat
You
you
gotta
to the
make it
league.
count for something.
Like Liverpool seventh and we are third, and they're like, but we beat you, and I'm like,
It doesn't
okay.
matter. You're still behind
Like
everybody.
then 4 days later you get bludgeoned by Madrid and then lose to Bournemouth.
And still
Then you're
lose
out
two
of
more
both
games after
tournaments,
that. Come on now. It's done
right?
out here. It's done out here.
I mean, listen, it has nothing to do with anything, but I was just saying, like, but if our season goes to plan still, I don't care if we
Maybe
lost
please.
both like 7-0. I don't care if
Yeah.
we lost both like 7-0. I couldn't be bothered. It's not like we were winning at Anfield all these years anyway. Like,
yeah, we
oh,
will
you
not win
lost
it.
7-0. I'm like, okay, cool. You lost 7-0. Next season, you're not going to have half of these players because you're not going to be in Europe and everyone's going to leave. Try beating a 7-0 then. You think Bellingham showing up to your doorstep? No,
No.
not happening. So let's see. We'll see.
Yeah. I'm gonna be reading a couple of these comments here before we start to wrap up because I gotta actually and go very soon. JP says really I will have both Sabitzer and Weghorst. I don't want to see McTominay. Okay.
Let's go, JP. Weghorst in, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Bring on the Weghorst in flags. Me,
Very
Choppers, and Eddie. We have a combined stream of Weghorst signing his new contract, and I'm going like this.
oof.
That's the thumbnail.
That'll be
And the
funny.
saddest faces possible with Eddie and Choppers is the thumbnail. I'll be
Oh
like,
my god.
Weghorst in, baby. Let's
Harris
go.
Harris says Weghorst and Luke de Jong are very similar cases, except Luke excelled at scoring. Both should be renewed, but both won't be. They aren't big enough games for United, seeming they want big names. Okay. Here says positives are that you're not Liverpool at least. Yay, we are not Liverpool. Woohoo! Sure.
Indeed.
7 days now and you'll be winning. Craig David at some point. Oh, that is one of my favorite songs and one of my, or actually my
If you know,
favorite
you know.
artist. But hey, if you know, you know. JB says because most players previously coached with zero know how to play football. They play freestyle football. That's why when the bar is higher, they panic. Ooh,
Yeah,
okay, fair.
Yes,
very
that's what
good
it is.
point.
Come
That's
Very
on
what
good
it
now.
is.
point.
Because with that comment as well, right? Remember, we were close to Man City and about maybe 3, 4 points behind Arsenal, right?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as we people were saying, Manchester United is in the title race, we just fell straight down.
That's
Straight
exact.
down.
It's so funny you said that. That's exactly what I told to Eddie because Eddie was like, if
Yes,
Martial, I told Eddie if
we
Martial
just
was fit,
fell
we could
down
have
straight.
actually been closer. That's
I'm
exactly what I
like,
said, Choppers, the other
I'm
day.
like,
That's exactly what I said. And
every
Eddie was
time
like, I don't think it would
we
make
have
a
to
difference.
rise
I'm
to
like, we
the
don't know.
occasion. We have to rise to the occasion. The same way Arsenal be talking about, oh, we don't need
Je- we were top of the league without Jesus,
the
right?
FA Cup and this because we're on top of the league. We have more games important, right? It's like Manchester United said the same thing. We have Carabao Cup, we have this, we have that, so we don't need the league. No, we go for everything. That's what Manchester United is about and was about. You understand? And I just don't get it that as soon as I was like, okay, we just had to win one game and then we level with City and then we next to Arsenal. And then all of a sudden we just start losing and start drawing and going down and down and down. And right now we at the point where we at right now, where we stuck on 50 and just can't go over 50. No, we stuck on 50. We've been on 50 from time we were behind City, and up now we can move. City is what 60 something. Arsenal is 72 or something like that, and we just can't move. I just don't get it, man. Every time, and that comment, that's why I said that comment was exactly hit the nail on the head. Is what happened? Because as soon as we have to rise to the occasion, we always go down with them players. Always,
Mm.
always, man. No matter what we do, bring on new players, old players. It's like the same thing happens every time. We end up with a squad of the same squad that been letting us down. Every time we end up Casemiro injured, we gotta bring on McTominay and Fred. Casemiro suspension, we gotta bring on McTominay and Fred. Um, every time Bruno want to play every game, and on the manager's not saying, "Hey, Bruno need a rest. Let's take him off." Only when Bruno goes to play for Portugal, Bruno gets either 70 minutes or he doesn't start the game. But every time he plays for Manchester United, he plays every game. And even if he plays shit, he's still there. We need
Hmm.
another number 10 to
We
take
do.
over
Why
Bruno's
did
place.
was Kobe Mainu in the squad today?
I
I don't
didn't check.
think he was. I'm pretty sure I didn't see
Why
him.
why are we just not playing Kobe Mainu? We have already entrusted him to play games this season. Why are we not playing him without Casemiro? It's like let's do
But that's
something
what I'm
else now.
saying.
Let's
That's
do
what I'm
something
saying.
else for
Do
a change.
something else. Because to me, he wouldn't be worse than bloody McTominay, man.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be worse than them.
No, what I would have actually played McTominay up front.
But that's what I'm saying.
With the form he has this week, I would have actually played him up
Today,
front.
Sabitzer was playing good, right? But the only thing is that Bruno, and McTominay couldn't pass the ball to each other.
Mm-hmm.
They kept on losing the ball all the time. Sabitzer would make a run, Bruno would lose it to one of the Newcastle players. Just to make a pass, Sabitzer is like, let's say, 5 feet from him. Just to make a pass 5 feet, he lose the ball. It's like it's just frustrating. Today was a frustrating day.
It
I ain't
really
gonna lie.
was.
It was very
Does
frustrating.
anyone think Sabitzer has a good touch?
To
No,
some extent,
every
yeah.
time he touch the ball, not. I don't think so. Because I realize every time he touch the ball keeps running away from him. If
Even
you look at his
the
game,
chance he got, which he fluffed in the penalty box, the first touch was he was trying to pass it. First touch, it hit his other foot, and then
yeah,
luckily falls
yeah,
in front of him. Then he
yeah,
kicks it again, gets an
and
actual great opportunity,
yeah.
a better one, even though he fluffed the pass, and it
But if
just
you watch his game though, every time he touches the ball, it always goes a little further away.
that's why I was asking you guys. I think we need to work on Rondo. We need to work on that one touch, not keepy uppies with yourself, but more like the you pass it around like
Mm-hmm.
four people around, and you just there's
And
something
also,
off with our touches with the when the ball's in the air. There's some it looks off. It looks very awkward. It looks like no
and
one's
also
practiced it.
in the final third, we don't do the right decisions.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
A simple ball, they'll try to strike it. A strike, they'll try to pass a simple ball. It's like I don't know. I don't know.
Did anyone think Bruno's penalty was a penalty?
To me,
Not
it
in my opinion.
was soft. If you had to give it would have been soft.
But here's the thing, right? If he
But in the
it
rules,
it
it
ended up
was.
being a goal kick, so it doesn't make sense.
But in the rules, I would say with their rules, what they say, right? Bruno touches the ball before the guy. The guy
Yeah,
actually get Bruno off.
flips Bruno exactly.
So
And how we know that is because they gave them a goal kick.
yeah, they gave the
So
goal
that
kick. So
so
that means Bruno
there's no
touched the
review.
ball.
It's like I don't understand. There's no review. I don't know why do we have VAR? I don't understand.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
tell me
that's
something. So tell me something. It's not a foul, but Bruno's on the ground. He clearly didn't mean to pass it. If you see where his leg was and the ball
Mm.
where
so
it was
what
flying,
the referee was
he
maybe
didn't want to
saying is
pass
that
it in the
Bruno dived.
sky. It's,
Bruno maybe dived.
no,
That's what you're trying to say.
no, they're saying Bruno just kicked it out because it's not a foul.
Yeah, that's
It's a
what they
goal
say.
kick.
It's a
So
goal
it's
kick.
not a
And that
foul.
I
It's
do
not
feel
a
like the
clearance.
decision afterwards was a bit weird, but
But it
yeah.
doesn't make sense, right, Sofia? Because it's not a clearance by Botman. It's not a foul on Bruno because Bruno
Mm-hmm.
got the ball. So so the referee basically thought Bruno was trying to kick the ball in the sky away from the goal. Because if you see the goal's here, and the ball goes there. It's nowhere near the goal. So he wants to kick it out of bounds purposely,
Mm-hmm.
which makes no sense. Why would he want to kick the ball purposely? He wasn't going for a shot
Hmm.
because his body was facing away from goal and he was kicking that way. So there is no goal that way because the
Mm-hmm.
goal's behind him technically from the angle he's in. So he didn't clear the ball. He didn't pass the ball to anyone. And he's on the ground because Botman and Botman didn't clear the ball because it was a goal kick. So how is he on the ground for a
It weird,
I mean,
but hey.
I mean, like soft or not soft, either Botman cleared the ball or it's a foul. There is no middle ground because it was given a goal kick. It wasn't given a simulation. It was given as a goal kick. Like so, it
Yeah,
wasn't
at
a foul
least
by
we should have got the
simulation.
corner then.
Yeah, exactly right. So it's either a corner, it's either a foul by simulation, or it's a penalty. And none of those became, because became a goal kick. So
So hey
not really sure how that
Luke
happens.
Shaw,
I'm not,
Luke Shaw's post match, right? I do not think that Newcastle are a very good side, but I don't think they won the game on quality today. I think they won it on passion, hunger, desire, attitude, and they
fair enough.
clearly had a higher motivation than we did.
Yeah.
That cannot be
Oh
possible.
yeah, absolutely. I didn't like how he started that sentence,
Yeah, I
but the
feel like
end
the
of the sentence is
sentence at
very
the
true.
beginning was a bit.
Yeah, but I don't think their quality is better than us either. Even I would say that. I mean, you can say whatever you
Today,
want about Vegas,
today,
but everyone else on
Today,
the team is
quality
better.
was
today
better.
their quality was good
Today,
today.
No, no,
quality
but
from
he's
them
not
was.
talking about today, right? He's talking about like when you go on paper, you don't watch the game.
No,
I
he's
believe
talking
that's what he
He's
about
talking
meant by
about
today.
today,
He's
quality.
isn't he?
talking about today, which
Is
he
he saying the quality
yeah.
of the team was not good today?
No,
I feel.
Means
he's saying that it's not like maybe. Well, what he's saying is maybe the players they have don't have as much quality as
yeah,
they do.
I
I mean,
agree with
that's
that.
fair.
You understand?
I agree with that. Yeah,
But they didn't win on quality and
they won on passion. I
fast
agree.
tackle football and they won on passion and that's the truth. From
The
minute
I
game
one,
agree.
plan for them was
from
set
minute
though.
one, from minute one, they were on it. They were pressing
Intent.
and stuff like that,
Yeah,
making us make mistakes upon mistakes, and that's
absolutely.
what it was.
Yep.
So they had a lot of passion. There was hunger.
Yeah.
Don Burn did a throw in for us, and he was like, "Come on, come on!" And we were
You
just
know what it
low.
you know
We
what it
were
was like,
low.
Choppers? It was the reverse of what happened in the Carabao Cup final.
That's what it
Where
was.
we showed up and we were like, we aren't gonna lose this final. Not today, sir.
It was their
But today
That's
revenge,
what is
they were
exactly the
on it
opposite.
because they wanted a revenge for that.
and it was proper revenge. I tell you that much.
Yeah, it
Well, I'll
was.
still take the cup.
Yeah, of course, of course. Come on now. Let's be honest. Of
I'll
course,
still,
it
I'll
was
still
still.
take the cup. You wanna score a goal when we have no defenders on the
I
pitch.
will still take the
Go
cup.
right, go right ahead. I'll take the cup though. I'm
Of
okay
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
course,
cup.
it ain't over. But guys, we gotta wrap it up. I am super
Mhm.
hungry, so I gotta go eat. But it was a very, interesting match reaction. I feel maybe a little bit better with. That's the reason why I do the match reactions straight after because it's a therapy session. My blood was boiling. I was saying the watch line what to flip the desk, what to flip the table. We haven't done it yet, but you know, luckily nothing has been broken. Regardless, um, we gotta
I
move on
was I
over
was
to the
quite
next
okay with
game.
the result. I was quite okay with the result. For me,
Not
like
that
I
bad.
told you guys, from minute I think from minute 9 onwards, it looked like we were just going, you know what, there's no Casemiro. Let's see what happens. It,
Yeah,
it, it felt like that to me
yeah.
because the way our midfield was like Sabitza's the furthest forward, Bruno's on the left and the right. McTominay is doing sideways passing, not even becoming the third center back anymore. Like
Yeah.
Vego, and because we have McTominay, even Weghorst didn't become the third center back anymore. It was like everyone was everywhere. It was the most irritating thing to watch today. Like even Weghorst did. You notice Weghorst today didn't even drop that deep. Like everyone was just doing their own thing. It was so weird. It was so weird to me. Like the one time McTominay is like in our penalty box trying to do tackles, then passes it. You know how we scored that first goal, right? McTominay gave a loose pass after winning the ball. They cut in the corner. They go on the other side, and the cross comes
That
in,
was
and
the
St.
Hey,
Max.
hey,
worst.
hey, hey,
That was
hey,
the
hey.
worst
Whoa, whoa,
first
whoa, whoa,
goal.
whoa, 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 whoa. Graham Potter has been sacked.
Oh,
Yeah,
word.
yeah. I mean,
Let me see.
damn
Let
it,
me
man.
see. Let me
I
see.
feel I feel bad. I feel bad for him, but
Oh
we
yeah,
need
they
to.
had to
Yeah,
sack him.
hold on a minute. We gotta
Breaking
play
news.
Chelsea still, right?
Fabrizio
Yeah.
Romano. Breaking
Oh my
news.
God, manager bounce. For God's
Graham
sake, why
Potter
do you
has
play
been
with
sacked
this
No,
by
no,
first
no,
as
no,
Chelsea.
no,
well?
no, 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 no. It's not
Chelsea
this
like
month.
to
I think
thank
it's
What?
Graham
it's
Potter
next month.
for all
I
his
think it's next
efforts
month.
and
Yeah, but still,
contribution, and
he'll
wish
still
him
be.
very well.
Mm.
Oh
Good
my
riddance,
God.
Graham Potter. You useless. Oh my goodness. That was the worst.
No,
Wow.
man,
He
no,
should
man. This is
never.
this is
He should
disrespectful.
never
He's
take
not that
that
bad.
job. He is. He is. Remember, right?
You think he's that bad?
Brighton was playing proper ball under Potter, but they couldn't score. Chelsea doing the same. They can score no matter what time. It could be in 80 minutes, 90 minutes, 100 minutes. They just can't
Yeah, but
score.
can I say, but Havertz is not a striker.
Yes, but still, Graham Potter was doing the same thing at Brighton. Brighton was playing beautiful ball, had all the possession, had all the stuff, and just couldn't score. Chelsea in
Jordan,
the
like
mud, bro.
I love this.
Chelsea in the mud.
You know why Jordan loves this? Because they got to play them midweek.
Chelsea in
That's
the
why
mud.
Jordan.
Jordan, it could be a manager bounce. So I don't
Yeah,
think you should be happy about that, brother.
yeah.
Y'all ain't winning. Now
Uh,
I think Chelsea will win. I don't know what
Chelsea
happened
in
to
the
Nathan
mud.
here, but regardless, people, we gotta hopefully it'll come back. People, we gotta
Uh,
wrap it up, but it's been you know a good stream. Thank you all
yeah,
for being here.
you
Make
too.
sure that you like the stream, give it a big thumbs up, and do subscribe to my guest here. We got Choppers TV, Nathan from Sports, not Nathan,
Yeah.
and I'll be back. If there's anything interesting happening, potentially I am free tomorrow. Usually Mondays are my off days, but if yeah, he's gone. If there's anything interesting happening in terms of the Man United takeover or something like that, then I might suddenly do a regular video or like hop on and do a stream. Other than that, I'll be back on Tuesday for a match preview for the Man United Brentford game and also watch along for which will definitely be interesting. Chelsea and Liverpool. That one is gonna be interesting. The El Shitico. But maybe it won't be the El Shitico now that Graham Potter is gone. I don't know. We'll see. Big up
All
though. But yeah. People, we are out. Peace out. Bye bye. Did it is.
Are you all right? Yes. No, you are all left.